Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Carmi is here today. And we missed Fire Prevention Week. So I decided that for social studies this week, we are going to be talking a little bit about fire prevention. And this book is called Firehouse Dog. And it is by Amy and Richard Hutchings and photographs by Richard Hutchings. Okay. And this is actually nonfiction, not fake. So it's something that we're probably going to learn a lot in here. Okay. Meet Hooper. He's a Dalmatian who lives in a firehouse in Brooklyn, New York. The firehouse is on Hooper Street. That's how Hooper got his name. Hooper has his own doghouse inside the firehouse. He shares the firehouse with more than 40 firefighters. What a lot of masters for just one dog. The firefighters take turns working. There are always 11 firefighters in Hooper's firehouse at any one time. There's his doghouse in the firehouse. That's pretty cool. The firefighters store their equipment in the firehouse. That way, they always have their gear ready to go when the fire horn sounds. Hooper's masters wear heavy fire resistant turnout coats, rubber boots, and thick gloves when they go to fight fires. These clothes are less likely to catch fire. The firefighters' helmets have eye protectors that help keep smoke out of their eyes. Smoke is a big problem for firefighters. If they breathe in too much of it, they can get very sick. That's why firefighters wear heavy tanks of air on their backs when they are fighting fires. The firefighters wear masks over their faces so they can breathe air from their tanks. Firefighters always have to be ready to go when the fire horn sounds. Hooper loves to watch the firefighters practice. They call their practice sessions drills, just like we do with our fire drills. During the drill, the firefighters see how quickly they can put on their firefighting equipment. Paul opens a hydrant to make sure it works. Then he hooks up the hose. He uses a special key to turn the water on. The hoses are very heavy. Mario, Steve, and Lamar must work as a team to make sure the water goes in the right direction. No one knows when a fire will break out and the fire horn will sound, but there is usually time between fires for firefighters to exercise and stay fit. That's important because firefighters must be able to climb tall ladders very quickly. They must also be strong enough to hold heavy hoses and carry people out of burning buildings. Some firefighters like to lift weights to stay in shape. So there they are lifting weights in the gym. But Kevin thinks it's more fun to play tug of war with Hooper. Hooper is a working fire dog. He visits schools and helps Kevin teach the children about fire safety. Today, before he leaves, the firefighters all get together to give Hooper a bath. Then Hooper gets to ride to the school on the fire truck. That is so cool. At the school, Kevin talks to the children about fire safety. He teaches them to make sure their parents get smoke detectors, and he warns them never, ever to play with matches. Hooper helps Kevin show the children what to do if their clothes ever catch fire. First, you stop right where you are. Then you drop to the ground. Then you roll on the ground until the fire is out. It's easy to remember the safety tip: stop, drop, and roll. After their visit, Hooper and Kevin get back on the truck and go back to the firehouse. By the time Hooper and Kevin get back to the firehouse, it's time for dinner. Tonight, it's spaghetti and meatballs. Maybe some of the firefighters will sneak a few of those meatballs to Hooper. But just as they sit down, oh no. Bronk, bronk, bronk. The horn blares 3 times. There is a fire. Dinner will have to wait. The firefighters hurry to put on their boots, coats, helmets, and gloves. Then they get on the trucks. Charlie drives the engine. The other firefighters call him the chauffeur. Mario, Paul, Stephen, and Lamar jump on the truck. Charlie turns on the sirens and the lights, and the engine pulls out of the firehouse. The ladder truck, which is driven by Marty, follows close behind, carrying Artie, Bill, Mike, Doug, and Tom. Hooper stays behind and guards the firehouse. End the dinner. Sometimes, if there's a big fire, firefighters from all over New York City will come to help save lives and property. But tonight, the fire was a small one. The firefighters from Hooper's Firehouse can handle it themselves. The engine is the first to arrive. Charlie hooks up the hose to a nearby fire hydrant. Mario and Steve stretch the hose towards the burning building. The ladder truck arrives on the scene. Doug dashes into the buildings to search for anyone who might be trapped. Luckily, the building is empty. Artie and Bill climb into the giant bucket. The ladder is raised quickly all the way to the roof. They must work together to aim the huge hose onto the roof of the burning building. The firefighters all work together and the fire is put out quickly. No one is hurt. All the drills and preparation have paid off. The last spark is out. Everyone is tired and dirty. The firefighters return to the firehouse to eat their dinner. Later, some of them will rest on their beds. Hooper is very happy that his friends have come home safe and sound, and tonight, while the firefighters rest up and wait for the next call to come in, Hooper will be watching over them. Hooper is very proud to be a firehouse dog. All right, and then on the back, there are a few fire safety tips Hooper and the New York City Fire Department would like you and your parents to know. Number 1, if your clothes catch on fire, stop, drop, and roll. 2, never play with matches. One match can burn down your home. 3, crawl low in smoke. Remember, heat goes up, we go down. 4, get out alive, then stay out and live. 5, when there is a fire, get out first. Go to a neighbor's house and call the fire department immediately. 6, smoke detectors save lives. Check your smoke detectors once a month. Change the batteries each year. 7, microwave ovens can burn. Use them only with adult supervision. 8, have fire drills in your home. 9, know 2 ways to get out of your home in case of a fire. 10, cool water is the best first aid for burns. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that book and you learned something too for Firehouse Dog.